Hey friends, today I have for you a great little game called Teleglitch. It is a roguelike indie action game, sort of shooter survival with a bit of crafting. It goes for 13 bucks on normal days on Steam, and I happened to record this during a sale, and it gets this time 75% discount, which puts it just over $3. $3, yeah. So it can go for very cheap. I have what I've done this time is I've recorded myself playing the first two levels and reviewing the game, going over the major points that I feel need to be talked about. And unfortunately, I had to use my piece of shit computer microphone to do this, which is absolute garbage. So I apologize for the sound quality. I will try and get a new decent microphone as soon as I can. So please bear with me, and here we go. This video, I'd like to recommend to you a great little game called Teleglitch. This is the Die More edition, and you will be dying quite a bit. So I'm just gonna start off a new run here at level 1. This is sort of we're given the story here. It's basically you're a scientist surviving a disaster that involves a teleport, long-range teleport. Whoops, that's what happens when you try and talk and play, I guess. Surviving some kind of malfunction with the teleport, bringing to your facility something from outer space, everything going wrong, and I now have to fend for myself. So it's a sort of action survival kind of game. The levels are procedurally generated, so the rooms are random. The layout is never the same, and the number and location of the enemies changes. There are some constants. For example, on level 1 you'll always find a shotgun and an AGL weapon somewhere, and things like that. And basically you explore the levels. So up until now I've only been using basically what looks like a punch, but there's a knife at the end, which conserves ammo. That's a big deal in this game, conserving ammo. Here's the AGL weapon. So your ammo is limited, and you can also miss very easily with your shots. So any enemy that you can kill with a knife, with your melee attack, you should do it. But more important than your ammo is your health, which you find not a lot of health pickups, so it's important to manage that. So there's a lot of resource management in this game. You need to manage your health and your ammo wisely, as well as your explosives. Another thing is your inventory. As you can see right now here on the side, I have what looks like a lot of inventory space, but pretty quickly that is filled up. And then you need to make a choice. Do I carry that extra couple of cans of food or empty cans that I can use to craft something, or do I carry a weapon that right now I have no ammo for, but I might find ammo for it later? So which of the options do I pick? And here's the shotgun. So you also need to learn like how to best use each weapon. Here there are a bunch of enemies, so I feel comfortable in using the shotgun.
So like each weapon is good against a specific enemy or in a specific situation. There are also secrets to be found, like this broken wall here. You can kind of spot them. You saw a bit of light sort of going through the wall there, so that tells me there's a secret here. I can shoot the wall and open up the secret. So as you can see, this is the graphical style of the game. It's a 2D from the top down, but there are a lot of nice little. I like the effect here when you move, pass through rooms, and the camera follows the cursor a bit. So there are situations, there are enemies that fire at you. Not all enemies are like mindless zombies like we see on this level. There are situations where it's a bit like a Western. The one that has a faster draw of the gun will be the winner. So you want to have as much of a heads up about the enemies as possible. So I find myself, stretching the aim here so I can see just a couple more feet out and see the enemies coming. You also learn to use corners. So you see an enemy, you aggro them, and then you turn back and you break line of sight. So the ranged enemies have to come through the door here, and I'm ready with my shotgun to blow them to bits. So all sorts of little tricks like that you learn along the way, and you get better. Like many roguelikes, there are no checkpoints here, there are no lives. Once you're dead, that's it. You have to start over again. There is a bit of the only sort of checkpoint, I guess, is this is the end of the level. You see there's a teleporter, such as the name of the game, Teleglitch. I'm just going to take a quick look at my map here. As you can see here, these two rooms, the red doors means that I have not yet been there. If you have the patience, I think it is recommended to backtrack and explore the level. You can find ammo and other explosives and stuff there, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep going. So once you're dead, that's it. That is the only kind of progression that you can make. I have a summary here of my performance, I guess. 78% accuracy, I'm quite glad with that. And here is when I can save. In transition between levels, you can save and exit, or you can continue. So what happens is, once I get to level 5 for the first time, now I'm at level 2, once I get to level 5, then the option to start the game from level 3 opens up. And so I don't have to grind all the way from level 1 from the beginning. And then once I make it to level 7, level 5 becomes open as a checkpoint of sorts. And once I get to, I believe, level 9, then it's I don't like these fast zombies. I'm gonna spend some bullets. Here we go. Canned meat, that gives me 10 health. And you see this little strip of light, that's what you have to look for. So there's a secret here, and I get some med kits. It's great. I'm sure you can guess what those do. This is the void, I guess. This blackness. You touch it and you're dead. That's insta kill, right there. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, progressing to advancing to certain levels opens up a sort of checkpoint, and it's very satisfying once you get there, because it's a difficult game. It's going to be hard for you to finish it. Once I flip this switch, there you go, a bunch of monsters appeared. So I'm just going to back up. Come here, buddy. Yeah. And with a shotgun, sometimes they're just pretending to be dead. They get knocked over and they get up, so you have to sort of wait and confirm the kill. Anyway, that's for the checkpoint part. Another thing is there's a crafting sort to this game. As you can see, once I hit the C key, that's the crafting menu open up. And depending on the items I have in my inventory, I can just make different kinds of things. So, for example, by combining an explosive, the smallest kind, with a nail box, I can create nail ammo. So now, once if I find another tube, I can make a nail gun out of one 9mm pistol, which I have 2 of, so I have a spare one, and a couple of tubes. I can make a nail gun, which uses that nail ammo that I made. And that's another cool part of the game, is just, oop, I didn't notice this guy punched me pretty hard there, is finding these items. Some of them, there are like computers, consoles that you can read more of the lore of the game, and there are a few recipes that are revealed to you through those, but mostly it's just trial and error. Once you have a revolver, is a stronger version of the 9mm pistol. Once you have all the required items for a recipe, I guess, a crafted item, then the option appears here. As you can see, I now have the option of making a 6-trigger revolver out of the shotgun and the revolver. I'm not going to do that because that means I'd lose my shotgun. I don't yet want to do that. The 6-trigger revolver is kind of crazy. It fires like 6 revolver bullets at once. It's sort of a super shotgun. So there's a crafting part for you crafting maniacs out there. And so that's, I guess, the main parts of the game. It's hard. If you dislike a challenge, if you're easily frustrated, don't get this game. But if you're looking for like that genuine feeling of satisfaction, that once you die on a boss a couple of times and then finally you manage to kill him, you sort of pump your fist in the air, maybe even scream, like give a little yeah, one of those. You get that quite a few times in this game. It is really satisfying to make it to level 6 for the first time, or to kill that boss that killed me like 5 times and finally I managed to kill it. That's great. It took me over 40 hours to complete, and a lot of replayability. Like we said, you can go for sort of different builds. You can try to craft for different items. You're just I'll use an explosive to take care of these guys. Really makes me laugh when they fall apart. There's a lot of cute animations here, despite the graphics not being, top notch, I guess. One thing you might have noticed is there's no soundtrack, no music to this game. If you get the Die More edition, which is, I think, the yeah, I think it's the standard to get, but maybe not. If you get the Die More edition, you get a soundtrack separate from the game, so you can just run it on your player in the background, but I find that actually creeped me out too much. I like playing it like this, actually, with just sound effects and no music. But you do have the option. You get the music the soundtrack separately if you want it. So anyway, this is Teleglitch. Very recommended game. 13 bucks, or if you're a cheapskate like me, just wait for a sale. And on the lunar sale right now, it dropped by 75% down to $3 and some change. So you can get it very cheap. Very much recommended. And yeah, that's the recommendation for today. I'll see you on the next video.